Hey, what's going on, Z Nation, and welcome to the Lakers post-game show on ZSPN on YouTube. I am your host, Zaid here. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Sacramento Kings tonight. Guys, I have to say I was very, very impressed by the Los Angeles Lakers when it came to this matchup against the Sacramento Kings. The Lakers got their revenge over the Sacramento Kings tonight, and I have to say, in convincing fashion. Now, before I get into the stats tonight, guys, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all the good social media stuff, and of course, like always, please be sure to like my page on Facebook, ZSPN, and also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at ZSPN. I'll leave the links to my social media sites in the description of this video so you guys can check out my social media sites. And of course, guys, subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Sorry, I had to look at the stats here. So, guys, the Lakers, they come up with the win. Got the revenge win over the Kings tonight, and I have to say it was great in the second half. The first half, it was they were down by 9 points every single time, but for some reason, something clicked in the third quarter, and it just was great, convincing fashion. I mean, they just went out of nowhere and just stepped up when it came down to it, and I was just so impressed by the Los Angeles Lakers when it came down to it. I mean, when you look at the circumstances, I mean, obviously we all know LeBron James is out due to health and safety protocols. Now, it still remains to be seen if he has, COVID related, but, he still needs to take some negative testing. He has 24 hours to basically make those negative tests be negative so he can come back to the Lakers as soon as possible. But, due to that, the Lakers again need to miss having LeBron James for at least 14 days. So that's the requirement for the NBA to have certain players be out due to health and safety. So and COVID. So obviously, the Lakers were without the King, but surprisingly, they managed to get a win, an easy win under their belt against the Sacramento Kings tonight. So it was a great effort by the Los Angeles Lakers when it came down to it, winning games without LeBron James. And that's something that I really wanted to see from this Lakers team when it came down to it. And they finally did it. They achieved it. And, I was just so impressed. But, without LeBron James, the Lakers stepped up and came up on top. So let's talk about the Lakers tonight. I mean, Anthony Davis led the Lakers tonight with 25 points. He had 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and had 2 blocks and 2 steals. And he just led the way, stepped up for the Lakers tonight, and especially when it came to the third quarter. But, guys, Malik Monk, I mean, I'll get to the starting lineup, but, let's talk about Malik Monk for a bit. He was the driving force for the Lakers to win tonight. I mean, let's just be honest here. I mean, the guy really stepped up out there tonight. 22 points, went 6 of 10 from the 3. I mean, let's think about that. I mean, he really stepped up for the Lakers in that particular moment, shooting those threes in the third quarter, where the Lakers has a history of not really stepping up in third quarter, fourth quarter situations. But, with his effort out there and him shooting, he just really went out there and just stepped up for the Los Angeles Lakers. And guys, for those of you who are tuning in, please be sure to comment in this live stream and give me your thoughts about this Lakers win. And who do you think stepped up out there tonight? Personally, if I had to give the player of the night, I have to give it to Malik Monk because he really stepped up for the Los Angeles Lakers when it came to the shooting. And in the second half, just, the Lakers were, for the past maybe first and second quarter, they were like down by 9 points every single way. And they just couldn't manage to get a lead there in the first half. But surprisingly, with the effort from Malik Monk and the rest of the Lakers tonight stepping up, they just really stepped up in a big way. So I have to really, guys, really have to commend on Malik Monk for stepping up for the Los Angeles Lakers. 22 points once again. 6 of 10 from the three, and he had like 4 rebounds and 4 assists. So his efforts, and he was plus 33 when it came down to it. I mean, the guy was just on fire, helping out the Lakers off the bench, and I'll get to the bench, once I go through the rest of these stats here. But he really stepped up for the Lakers off the bench. So great job for Malik Monk stepping up for the Los Angeles Lakers. But let's continue on with the starting lineup. I mean, I already spoke about Anthony Davis. Russell Westbrook had 23 points, and he had 5 rebounds and 4 assists. He did lead the Lakers tonight with 4 turnovers, but slowly we're starting to see him reduce his turnovers as of late. But he did lead the Lakers tonight in turnovers. But his efforts in the second half was great to watch. I mean, from Russell Westbrook's perspective, he really helped out the Lakers in that particular instance. Without LeBron James, he just stepped in and stepped up for the Los Angeles Lakers alongside Anthony Davis and Malik Monk. So we have to give some credit to Russell Westbrook for stepping up in the second half. So great job for Russell Westbrook for stepping up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Then, due to the LeBron James being out, Frank Vogel went with a different lineup. Wayne Ellington, got inserted into the starting lineup, and alongside with THT. But when it came down to his efforts, I mean, sure, in the first and second, there was not a lot of effort on his part, but everything really changed overall. Really, when it came to the Lakers in the second half, they stepped up. They showed a lot of effort in the second half, especially in the third quarter, where they were like down by 9 points. So, they just really turned this around when it came down to it. Wayne Ellington had 9 points, went 3 of 6 from the three. That's because of his efforts when it came to shooting in the third quarter. So we had to give him some credit in that particular moment. And then, other than that, he had 4 personal fouls. I mean, he's been struggling with the fouls in this particular game, but he stepped up either way. He stepped up for the Los Angeles Lakers in that particular instant. So a solid for his standards. 9 points, 3 of 6 from the three. So a solid performance for Wayne Ellington. THT, I don't know what's going on with the guy as of late, guys. He has not really been stepping up as of late. I'm not sure, because of LeBron's influence on the team, that ever since he came back, his role has been diminished. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on with THT, but, it's kind of difficult to watch how this guy has been playing as of late. And, he will get his rhythm and his groove, when it comes to playing basketball. But, so far it's not looking good. I mean, 2 points and 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 turnovers. And, he's been struggling with the fouls, had 4 fouls. So not looking good for THT, but, things maybe will change moving forward. But as it stands now, it's not looking good. So, maybe he'll step up, through this season, but, still remains to be seen about that. And then you had DJ. You know what, guys? I'm not going to mention DJ. I'm actually done with the guy. Okay, he has not been stepping up for the Lakers as of late. But Dwight Howard. Let's talk about the bench and Dwight Howard for a bit. I mean, he went off. Okay, Frank Vogel saw how DJ was playing and he didn't like it, so he was like, you know what, you're out. I'm going to put Dwight Howard in your place, and I want you, Dwight, to take us to the promised land. And that's what he did. I mean, Dwight Howard, 35 minutes, playing, had 12 points, 13 rebounds, and I believe he had 2 steals and 2 blocks. Did struggle with the fouls, but, regardless, his defense was there to help out the Lakers tonight. And, his efforts was just sensational. So great job out there for Dwight Howard for stepping up at key situations. And, guys, there was this report that I saw, I believe, a couple of weeks ago when it came to Dwight Howard potentially being inserted into the starting lineup because of the bad performance of DJ as of late. So a change of the lineup could be in play moving forward. So you never know. You never know about the circumstances of that particular instance of centers being changing up moving forward. So, but DJ, his time as a Los Angeles Laker is, in my opinion, looks like it's running out and it's not looking good. But Dwight Howard played his butt off. I mean, he really stepped up out there tonight. I mean, a double out there tonight, and went 5 of 7 from the field, and 2 of 3 from the free throw line. So it's just his efforts was sensational. He showed a lot of effort out there tonight. So great job out there for Dwight Howard. But let's talk about the bench real quick. I mean, I already mentioned Malik Monk had 22 points, went 6 of 10 from the three. I mean, he was the driving force of the Lakers tonight in the second half. I mean, he really changed things up when it came down to it. So great job out there for Malik Monk. And overall, guys, when you look at the bench, I mean, we saw a lot of effort from Rajon Rondo. He stepped up for the Lakers due to LeBron James being out. I mean, he is the guy when you really need him the most when it comes to floor general-esque facilitator type of player. So Rajon Rondo was that guy that really stepped up when it came to that particular instance on the floor general-esque type of guy. So great job out there for Rajon Rondo. But, Carmelo Anthony, guys, I mean, I have to say his efforts was not bad, I have to say. I mean, 14 points. I mean, this is the type of numbers that, we expect from from Carmelo Anthony to give out when it comes to a guy off the bench, bringing that shooting and the efforts when it comes to helping the Lakers gain like 15 to 16 points a game. And that's what he did. I mean, he gave us 14 points, went 4 of 9 from the field, went 6 of 6 from the free throw line. I mean, he was making those free throws. So, it really helped out things for the Lakers when it came to that particular moment into the game. So we have to give some credit to, Carmelo Anthony when it came to his efforts in that particular instance. And, overall, guys, Carmelo Anthony as of late has not been shooting well as of late, but when it comes down to it, if he can go to the field and just give us layups, mid-range shots, I mean, that's something that's kind of a great perk about Carmelo Anthony because he does know how to make those shots. But free throws is also another perk to Carmelo Anthony because he can make those shots. So and it does go in about, I believe. Let me check his stats when it comes to free throws. I'm just checking him out right now. He's like throughout his career, he's like an 81% free throw shooter. So, when it comes down to it, this season, he shot 81% from the free throw line. So, it's a guaranteed chance that he does make those shots go in. So 6 of 6, not bad for Carmelo Anthony for making those shots. I mean, he made them all. So, it really helped out things for the Lakers when it came down to it. So a solid performance for Carmelo Anthony. And then we saw a couple of players like, surprisingly, Kent Bazemore. I mean, seeing him playing a couple of games now. His efforts in general as a Laker has not been well known. I mean, most Laker fans, including myself, kind of are in the same page of what DJ is a guy that we just want to move on from. So I am on that list, and I really want the Lakers to go in a different direction, maybe finding somebody to replace Ken Bazemore and DJ when it comes to Rob Pelinka and his job, when it comes to improving the team so that we can win better games on the defensive side, and especially when it comes to, DJ. But shooting, if we can find somebody out there, or maybe just wait on, Kendrick Nunn or, Trevor Ariza, maybe things will start to turn around for that particular position. But, Ken Bazemore, it is what it is. I mean, he did make a 3, so maybe that helped things, but the Lakers were winning anyway. He didn't make a lot of efforts out there when it comes to as of late for the Los Angeles Lakers. But surprisingly, he was playing tonight, but it didn't really matter because we have to give a lot of the whole credit the MVP of tonight's game, and that is Malik Monk. I mean, he really stepped up for the Los Angeles Lakers in the second half. And then when you look at the rest, I mean, Anthony Davis stepped up, Russell Westbrook stepped up, and you know um, across the board, they just really stepped up for the Los Angeles Lakers. So overall, guys, it was such a great game. Without LeBron James, the Lakers persevered and just won it. They won it tonight in convincing fashion, and I was just so impressed by this Lakers team when it came down to it. I mean, they came to play, and I was just so impressed by this Lakers team. I mean, they just really stepped up. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just looking at the more of the stat line. I mean, the Lakers, they didn't really shoot that well in general, but the efforts from Malik Monk and I believe at one point, Wayne Ellington, when it comes to their shooting, I mean, they really went out there and stepped up for the Lakers in the second half, and they really delivered. They really did, and I was just so impressed by the Los Angeles Lakers when it came to that particular instance. And guys, this is the type of games where the Lakers need to win. I mean, these are type of matchups, especially with the type of talent that we have. These are the type of matchups that the Lakers need to win because the Kings are one of the worst teams in the Western Conference. So it was just logically the Lakers need to win type of games like that. So they just came to play, and with, as I said, with what's his name, LeBron James being out, they needed to step up, especially when it comes to matchups like this. So they delivered, and I was just so impressed by the Los Angeles Lakers when it comes to this particular game. And I'm probably just on a loop, but I think I said what I had to say. I mean, this was a revenge win that they needed to get under their belt. I mean, the last time they faced the Sacramento Kings, it was not looking good when it came down to it. I mean, they lost in triple overtime, and they just did not deliver in that particular night, and they had LeBron James. So they realized in that particular triple overtime matchup, they just saw that something needed to change, and they went on to face the Detroit Pistons on Sunday, and they got a win over that particular easy win. And then when it came to the Sacramento Kings, sure, they struggled in the first half, but the second half is where everything changed, and I was just so impressed by the Lakers when it came to that particular matchup. And it was supposed to be an easy win, and they delivered. Usually, as I mentioned, guys, and hopefully the Lakers continue on this particular drive that they're on and just win in effort type of manner. And hopefully, when it comes down to it, once LeBron James returns, the Lakers need to win certain matchups like this. And, the Lakers, when it comes to their schedule, I mean, it's going to be very, very, how should I say this? They're not going to have a lot of games on their schedule. I mean, I believe the Lakers will be off for at least 2 days, and they have a game on Friday, and I believe they have a game on Sunday, but it will continue on, or maybe they not. I think they have three days off, and I believe they have a game on Tuesday. So, I can look it up right now. Hold on, let me check it out real quick. Sorry. I want to be accurate of what I am saying when it comes to the Lakers scheduling. So let's just look at it real quick. The Lakers, yeah, let me check real quick. Sorry about this, guy. So, so the Lakers, they won the Sacramento Kings game, and now they're going into December. So they have a game on Friday against the LA Clippers. Hopefully, with negative test of LeBron 24 hours. Hopefully, he'll potentially come back to us. But if it's not, he could be out for at least 14 days. That's the requirement of safety protocols in the NBA. So hopefully he comes out negative. So two negative tests. So hopefully that turns around. And then, the Lakers are off for 3 days. I mean, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, they were out for 3 days. And hopefully they just get healthy and just be at 100 because they will be facing the Boston Celtics. They're going to be facing the Boston Celtics. Hopefully they get a revenge win over the Boston Celtics in that particular game on Tuesday. I believe it is at Boston, but no, actually no, it's is at Staples. So hopefully the Lakers get a win in that particular matchup, and you know, and hopefully LeBron will be back by then. But if the negative tests are not um, in his favor or the Lakers' favor. So when it comes to that, but yeah, I mean the Lakers have a really good length, good day off schedule in my opinion. As I said, this Tuesday the Lakers have 2 days off, and then you have Friday against the LA Clippers. Then they have 3 days off and face the Celtics, which I hope they come out with a win. And, that's going to be a great matchup. And hopefully, the Lakers are 100% and ready to go. And hopefully we can see the return very soon of Trevor Ariza. I mean, Trevor Ariza, as of late, he did say that he has been working out. And, Frank Vogel even said that there's no time availability for him as of yet. But, if next week he's ready to go, hopefully we'll see him. And there's a strong chance that he could potentially start for the Lakers. I mean, there's been talk from Frank Vogel and the rest of the Lakers that he is in the works of potentially being part of the starting lineup moving forward. So his role on the team is so big that it could potentially be a huge impact on the team when it comes to start winning games moving forward. So hopefully you see Trevor Ariza very soon. But there's still unknowns when it comes to Kendrick Nunn. I mean, his injury, I believe he has a bone bruise injury, something like that. So there's not a lot of status, not a lot of update for him to return as of late. But hopefully we can see Trevor Ariza. You never know; he could potentially return to us next week. But still remains to be seen about that. So, but as the schedule shows, the Lakers, they have a really good schedule ahead of them. When it comes to day offs, they're going to be out for 2 days, as I said. And, they'll be facing the LA Clippers on Friday. And, 3 days off after that. And, they have Tuesdays, December 7th against the Boston Celtics, which hopefully the Lakers get a win in that particular matchup. So yeah, guys. And, guys, that's all I really have to bring up. I mean, the Lakers, as a summary, the Lakers, struggled a bit in the first half. But, when it came down to the second, they stepped up, in a big way. And, Malik Monk was to excuse me. Yeah. And, Malik Monk, and, just came out of nowhere, shooting those threes, 6 of 10, as I mentioned, and just really delivered when it came down to it. And, and the rest of the Lakers, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, those guys stepping up. Dwight Howard was the main focal point of the Lakers winning tonight. And also on the defensive side, bringing that athleticism, that energy. And the MVP of tonight's game is Malik Monk, in my opinion. And without LeBron James moving forward, I mean the Lakers just need to show some effort and step up when it comes down matters when it all matters most. Because I hate the notion that when it comes down to it, the Lakers need to win games for them to need to win games with LeBron James. I mean, you need to win games without LeBron James when it comes to, facing certain matchups, and especially like the Kings, OKC, those certain matchups. I mean, the Lakers, as I think I just saw, like who they play after the Celtics. They're going to be facing the Memphis Grizzlies. So, the Lakers have that particular easy matchup there. I mean, when it comes down to it, the Lakers need to win games that are easy to win with or without LeBron James. And that's hopefully in the works, and hopefully the Lakers just come up on top, and hopefully, guys, the Lakers just keep this momentum, this energy, and this drive that they're on, and hopefully every single Laker on this team step up in their own way when it comes to all matters most, because you know um, it's a team effort, and the Lakers just need to win games like this moving forward, and hopefully it turns out great. Hopefully it turns out great for the Los Angeles Lakers moving forward. So yeah, guys, that's all I really have to bring up. I mean, I think I said the gist of it, and there's not a lot of people coming in on the stream, but none of them want to comment. That's all cool. I have no problem with that. So that's all good with me. So yeah, guys, I think I'm just gonna end this live stream. Guys, if you have any thoughts and opinions after this, or if you guys are watching this after the fact, please comment down below. Give me your thoughts about this Lakers win over the Sacramento Kings. Who do you think really stepped up out there tonight? Was it Malik Monk, or was it Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, or maybe it was Dwight Howard on the defensive side, his bringing that athleticism that really changed the course of the Lakers winning tonight? I mean, I really want to know, guys, your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and guys, please make sure to hit that notification bell so you will know when I upload on this channel. It is much appreciated if you show me the love, support on this channel, and of course on all over my social media sites. I have social media sites: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at ZSPN. I'll leave the links to my social media sites in the description of this video, so you guys can check out my social media sites. And of course, guys, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you will know when I upload on this channel. I really do appreciate the love and support you guys give me all across social media, and of course on this channel, ZSPN on YouTube. Guys, without you guys showing me that support, is this channel would not exist without your support. So I'm really grateful for every single one of you, and just show me the love, support all across social media. And guys, and if you have any opinions about the Lakers in general, about them moving forward, I really want to know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below. So please make sure to do so. Like all of my social media sites, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, like this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.